Let's look into the uh, Apple's case. I I am now sharing the website. You can just Google it, Apple leadership, and this page will pop up, and you can go and you can see. So this is their executive profiles, and this is their board of director. This is you can say that their corporate governance structure, which we were studying for the last 3 days. So let's look into the construction of the board. Who sits in the board? So how many people are there? First of all, we will see that this board has proportional number of people. I told you yesterday that board should not be very big, board should not be very small. So how many people are there? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So it is very not very big, not very small. It is a normal type of board. So then you can see what is the gender representation. Here you can see uh, this Andrea, Monica, and Susan. Among nine, three are female. So we can say that 1/3 of the board is female, which is also very good. According to the Davies report and Alexander Hampton review, yesterday we looked into it. The good companies should have at least 33% of the female. So we can say that gender representation of the Apple boards show that it is a good board. Okay, then let's look into the profiles, who they are. First of all, insiders. Who is the executive? Executive means who is working in the company and at the same time he is sitting in the board. So this Tim Cook, he is the CEO of the Apple, which means he is the chief executive officer. He is an executive director and also the members of board of directors. Then you can see Arthur D. Levinson. He's the founder and CEO of Calico. He's the chairman. James Abel, he is the corporate president of a Boeing company. Boeing is also very, successful business. So we have business experts here. Okay, we have business experts in the board. Then we have Albert A. Gore Jr., former vice president of United States. Who is this? He is a politician. So we have community influentials as well. So the politician is there. He knows about policies. He knows about the law, and of course he knows about the business as well. So that's why he's sitting here. Alex Gorsky, executive chair, Johnson and Johnson. Johnson and Johnson is um, nowadays has become more famous, especially because of the vaccine. So you can see the pharmaceutical and business is a multi-billion-dollar industry. So he's also a business expert who is helping Apple. Then president and CEO of Grayman America. She is Andrea Jung, and I'm sure that she is not American. And her we should have her photo somewhere here. No photo. Okay, but by the name it seems that she is Asian. So she's a female Asian. Monica Lozano, College Futures Foundation, and Ronald D. Sugar, Northrop Grumman Corporation. I think this is ARM company. No, this is BlackRock is an ARM company. Susan. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can see that the size is perfect. The people are well represented from all domains. There are insider, there are business experts, there are specialists, there are community influential, there are Asians, there are Americans, there are youngsters, there are experienced. So from all dimensions, you can see that this is a very much proportional board. Okay, an ideal board, you can say. So do you also think that it is a good board? Hmm? Is it a good board? Yes, of course. Just because I am saying no, we saw these standards. we saw this construction yesterday, that who should be in your board. So I think one more interesting thing, let me show you, if I can share this with you. Let's look into their profiles, who they are, only these people. If I may open this. Yes, can you see this, Lisa Jackson? So she has a master degree in chemical engineering from Princeton University and a bachelor degree in chemical engineering. So she has a degree in chemical engineering and she is working for the Apple environment policy and social initiatives. Okay, so which means that she is qualified ecologist, yes, and that's why she is the vice president of environment policy and social initiatives. So very good choice, you can see. Isabella G. Mahe, she has an electrical engineering and MBA from California, Berkeley. So she knows about the technology because she is electrical engineer, and she is the business student as well because she has an MBA, and that's why she is the vice president and managing director of Greater China region because she is Chinese as well. So she knows about the China as well. Then who is this Thor? He is an award-winning documentary filmmaker. He holds a bachelor degree in English literature. Yes, and that's why he is the vice president of market and communication because it is related to the English literature and documentary and filmmaking. So he is kind of expert of this work. Okay, and then we can see who they are. Andrian Perisha, he studied in military academy and he has an MBA, which means he knows about the business. So this is just to show you that they are highly skilled individuals who know the thing what they are doing. So we just decided that the Apple's board is an ideal board. And if we have to see that this company is a successful company or not, yes, this company is successful, not looking at the revenue, but just look into the products which they are producing and how they are producing. So Apple 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and new Apple products are coming. If you are using Apple Mac, let's say, then you have to have compatible gadgets. Their hands-free and U phones which are hands-free, and USBs which are also made up of Apple. Yes. So from the strategy and policy perspective, we can see that they are very successful and Apple is a successful company. Okay. So this is the board's construction. Now let's look into the case. This one. Did you all get this file I shared? It is about corporate governance and executive compensation at Apple. Okay. Apple Board of Directors oversees the Chief Executive Officer and other senior management in the competent and ethical operations of Apple on day-to-day basis and assures that the long-term interests of shareholders are being served. To satisfy the board duties, directors are expected to take a productive, focused approach to their positions and set standards to ensure that Apple is committed to the business success through the maintenance of high standards of responsibility and ethics. So this is their mission statement, you can say. Now look into the scenario. In each of the years 2008 to 2010, Steve Jobs, the former chief executive officer of Apple, received an annual salary of $1, just $1. He received no other bonuses, no stock awards, no option awards, or any other form of annual compensation. Tim Cook, the chief operating officer in 2010, received a salary of 800,000, a bonus of 5 million, stock awards of 52 million, non-equity incentives plans compensation of 900,000, and other compensation of 58,000, yielding a total of 59 million. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the CEO's compensation package. Okay. So on December 17, 2010, Steve Jobs beneficially owned 5.5 million shares of company stock. If Apple's shares are worth 380, then the Jobs wealth in the company is about $2 billion. So his shares worth is around $2 billion. Tim Cook owned 13,000 shares of the common stock. At that date, there were about 921 million common shares in Apple. So the idea is that Steve Jobs was not getting salary. He was just getting $1 from the company, but he was more focused on the development of the company, because if the share price will go up, he will automatically become rich. Yes, if the price of shares is going up, it's mean that the company's worth is becoming good, and he owns 5.6 million shares, which means that automatically he will become a rich person. So he doesn't he need not to worry about the salary. He should worry about the progress of the company. On August 24, 2011, Steve Jobs announced his resignation from his role as Apple CEO. Speculations were that this was due to ill health, as Jobs was suffering from a string of health problems. Okay. In his letter of resignation, Jobs strongly recommended that the Apple's executive succession plan means the person who will replace him after Jobs, he should follow the same plan and Tim Cook be named as his successor. So he named Tim Cook as his successor, and he said that I was taking $1, so my successor should also take $1. This is the simple explanation. It was with great regret and sadness that we heard of Steve Jobs' death on October 5, 2011. His humanity and leadership was inspirational. He left the world a far better place, making a real difference to millions of the people worldwide. Now, the question is, what do you think of Apple's board of directors? I just showed you the contemporary or the latest board of the Apple. What do you think of it? That's the perfect mixture of specialties. We can say that it is an ideal board, yes, and it is very successful board because Apple is very successful. They are launching so many products. They are updating their products, so we can say that it is a good board. What do you think of design of Steve Jobs compensation package? So what was the compensation package of Steve Jobs? He was taking only $1 as a salary, and he was not taking any bonus, no stocks, nothing. But his shares worth was $2 billion. So from here, the question comes that the leaders should take salaries, they should concern about their compensation packages, or they should worry about the worth of the company and should worry about the price of the share which they own. Okay, now it is up to you. Some people, they like to pay compensation in shares. Instead of giving money to the leaders, they give them shares. Okay, so it is good or bad, it is up to you. What do you think of Apple's succession plan? Succession plan means when Steve Jobs was giving resignation, he said that Tim Cook should be the CEO and he should be taking the same compensation package as I was taking. Okay, so some people say that it is good, some people think that no, we should be giving a salary to the executive directors. What do you think of companies incentive program? Incentive program means the benefits which they are giving to the employees. Do you think they are good? I think they are very good because, you know, Tim Cook, he is not only getting salary, He's getting bonus, he's getting stock award, he's getting non-equity incentive uh, compensation, also other compensation. For example, he would be traveling, he would be staying in the hotels and so on. So its incentive program is very good. How would you rate the overall corporate governance arrangement is Apple? We have already agreed on this, that it is one of the best corporate governance structures. Okay, so I think this was a real scenario which we looked into, and we saw that how the board is working, or how the board is formed, and how their salaries are decided, and how we can see if this board is successful or not. We can see by the progression of the company. In case of Apple, we have seen that it is performing very well. It's mean that the board is very good and company is doing uh, very well. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this was all about the case, the scenario.